Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. Let me get over here to my live chat. Oh, here we are. Lisa, 54, drama must remain on the stage. Pink Sugar, Sapphire, Dark Vision, Lori Stagg, Cheryl Lynn, Lucy and Bill's Adventure, Toxic Orchid. It is Stacy Tarot Reader, Cheryl Lynn, Cindy Hill, Misty Walker, Cheryl T. Good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing this morning? Can y'all believe it's New Year's Eve? I can't. It's been a hell of a year. I may try to do a stream tonight for New Year's Eve. I was going to do a member stream last night, and I helped Mark carry our new washing machine up the steps into the house. It wasn't all that heavy, but then I started having that nerve pain shooting up my legs, up to my back, so I was like, crap, we're just going to do it Saturday night. That'll give us something to do Saturday night. Hey, Mandy, good to see you. Colleen, good morning. Happy New Year's Eve. Crap, I'm trying to do something here. Anyhow, we got a lot to talk about this morning. Susan Wright, the Blue-Eyed Butcher, has been released from prison. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about her. Some of y'all may be familiar with the case. Lifetime Movie Network actually made a movie about this case, and it's called The Blue-Eyed Butcher. So that's why I have that in my thumbnail. Also, we're going to talk about Samuel Little, the U.S.'s most prolific serial killer. He has passed away. We'll talk a little bit about his history. Also, an update on stupid Casey Anthony. I cannot stand that woman. She killed Kaylee. Sure as I'm sitting here, she killed Kaylee Anthony. Or is that her name? Yeah, Kaylee. Hey, Mama Bear. Good morning. She says, hey, y'all. We definitely got to get some merch that says, hey, y'all. What else was I going to tell you about? Oh, yeah. They found a man's body in 2 suitcases just laying on a Denver street, right in the snow. So he'd been dismembered. I have seen that movie, and this bitch lives near me in Houston. Well, she just got out of prison on the 29th, which was my son's birthday. Melanie Christina, good morning, TC and friends. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to you too, honey. Yeah, she is guilty as sin, Casey Anthony. I was so shocked when she was acquitted. But I think one of the reasons that she was acquitted is because they couldn't determine how little Kaylee died. That's what I think. And her defense attorney, Jose Baez, he put reasonable doubt in their head. I think she lied on her dad. I don't think her dad molested her. I think that was made up. Hey, Natalie. Good morning. See, I was reading up on those 2 adopted boys, and wow. Yeah, I was looking for an update on them this morning. I listened to the police chief's press conference. Here's what I think, guys. I think those kids, I could be wrong. This is just my theory. I think Orrin and Orson West have been missing for a few months, is what I think. Christmas was coming up. People was going to be wanting to see them, give them gifts. So they had no choice but to report them missing. And they chose December 21st to do it. I think they haven't been there for a while. That's why the canine dogs couldn't pick up on their scent. You know, those dogs are hardly ever wrong. Blue-eyed blonde looking for a little fun. Loves true crime. Yeah. That's what her Tinder profile would say. Yeah. Well, the prosecution thinks that Susan Wright killed her husband for the life insurance. Let me get this pulled up here. We'll talk about Susan and then Samuel and then stupid Casey Anthony. Uh-oh, it's playing a video on me. Crap. Stop that crap. Goodness, I hate that when that happens. It says a Houston woman at the center of a case that made national headlines is now out on parole. Susan Smith brutally killed her husband, Jeff Wright, she murdered him on January 13th, 2003. She told him she was going to have sex with him, some kinky sex, and he let her tie him up, and she stabbed him 193 times. She said when she started stabbing him, she could not quit. She had a lot of rage inside of her. After she killed him, she took his body out back. Jeff had been digging a hole out back because he was going to put in a patio or something. He didn't know it, but he was digging his own grave. She took him and put him in that hole and covered him up. Several days later, the family dog dug him up. Of course, she reported him missing and all that. I think she got an attorney and admitted what she had done to the attorney, and he told police where they could find the body and all that. Then she turned herself in, and let's see, she was convicted March 3rd, 2004. She was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Now, they said she didn't get represented right at the sentencing. So they re-sentenced her, and she got 20 years. Anyways, she's out on parole now. She's done left the prison. Let me get down here. So in 2010 is when she was re-sentenced. It says prosecutors contended at her 2004 trial that Susan killed her husband because she wanted benefits from his $200,000 life insurance policy and didn't want a divorce. A new sentencing hearing in 2010 came after a judge ruled she did not get adequate representation during the punishment phase of her original trial. As part of her parole, she has to continue to check in until 2024. She will be under the Super Intensive Supervision Program. They will monitor her. Let me get some pictures of her pulled up, and y'all can see why they called her the Blue-Eyed Butcher. Now, at her trial, you know what they did? They brought a mattress in, the prosecution did, and showed the jury how Susan lured her husband by sex. She tied him up, then she straddled him, and she stabbed him 193 times, and they reenacted that in front of the jury. I think I've done videos on this before. Oh, let me get down here to Susan. Let me get some of the crime scene photos here. Oh, that's not, I clicked the wrong link there. Hold on one sec. Let me get to my screen share. I want you to look when I get it pulled up at the knife she used to stab him 193 times. I can't see the chat. Hey, Captain Obvious. Never lose hope. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Okay, let me see if I can take the stinking ad down. Okay, so there is one of the murder weapons. Do I have to? Okay, I got to scroll. Okay, here's where she drugged the mattress that he was murdered on out back. Now, the kids, they had 2 kids. The kids were asleep during the time she murdered him. The kids' names are Bradley and Kaylee Wright. How many years has it been since this happened? Like 18, I believe. 18 years. There's the mattress. Close up of it. You can see all the blood. I think she used a dolly to get his body out of the house. Okay. Right there is the shovel that she used. I'm not sure if that's where his body was at or not. Right now, right here. Right here is where she had his body at. And he dug this hole himself. Now, she claims that he abused her. You know, I don't know if he did or not. I don't think we'll ever know the truth. It's a good possibility. I think it came out that he had a cocaine problem. Looks like there's what she used to tie him up. I can't remember if he was blindfolded or not. After she murdered him and had his body buried, she went out shopping and everything. There's the bleach she used to try to clean up. She tried to clean up, but there was blood spatter all over the bedroom. I mean, she butchered him. There's her jeans she was wearing during the cleanup. It's got bleach stains. There's some of the blood spatter. Looks like a kid's bedroom. Okay, there's Susan. Of course, she's not blonde-headed now because she's been in prison. I guess she couldn't dye her hair in there. Who knows? But she's got different color hair now. I think it came out in the trial that she used to be a stripper. I don't know why that was even relevant. Honestly. Okay, so there's Susan Wright. Now, she's got darker hair. I bet nobody's going to be wanting to date her for real. If you guys have not seen the movie, The Blue-Eyed Butcher, you should check it out. Okay. Now, let me get to my chat here. Yeah, she butchered him. 193 stab wounds. Is that more than what Jodi Arias stabbed Travis? I mean, you know what I mean. Did she stab Jeff more than Jodi did Travis, is what I'm trying to say. Let's see. I have notes. Yeah, Jeff had planned to build a patio. Unknowingly, he dug his own grave. Ain't that crazy? Damn, there's a big delay here. Oh, no, I'm way behind. That's why. Why don't people use hydrogen peroxide? I don't know. Does that kill? Would that kill? I mean, would that clean it up better? She was an angry woman. Yes, many more times. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that was more. Jodi Arias is a whole different kettle of a fish, though. Oh, yeah. I don't think that Susan planned on killing Jeff. I mean, even if she hadn't even if she hadn't admitted to it, they would have found Jeff eventually. The family dog dug him up. He was barely even buried. The hole wasn't that deep. There wasn't much dirt covering him. Hi, Unsightly Digest. How are you? I'm wondering if Susan's kids are going to have anything to do with her. I wouldn't. I don't think peroxide does not kill DNA as well. Hey, it's hard to clean up a murder scene. You're always going to miss something. And look, even if you clean up all the blood, they can spray luminol and see where the blood was at. Somehow it, like, I don't know, reacts with the protein in the blood, something like that. There had to have been in order to get him tied up. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think she had, like, sat around for a long time and, like, planned it out. I think the idea came to mind, like, the night it happened because it was not planned out too good. She had a hard time trying to get his body out of the house because, she was not that big of a person. So she ended up using one of those dollies. Whenever I'm cleaning up from a cut, I use it. Works great, and bleach never seems to get the stain out. Yeah, gosh, every time I use bleach, it is all over my freaking clothes. Now, everybody thought Susan and Jeff had this perfect relationship, but really they didn't. According to her, he mentally and physically abused her. And it seems like that evening when he came in from work, he got really hateful with one of the kids. And I don't know if she claimed he hit the kid or not. I can't remember. It's been so long. But I think she said that kind of triggered her murdering him. Yeah, luminol will pull up blood no matter what cleaner you use. Yeah, that's what I've always heard too. Anyhow, we'll have to see if how her probation goes. She probably won't get in any more trouble. I mean, if I was a guy or a woman, I wouldn't want to date her. That's for sure. Considering she stabbed her husband 193 times. It's kind of funny that she killed him in January, and she was basically released in January. Well, it's the 29th, a few days away from being the 1st of January. It's kind of weird. Yeah, she done some kind of plan. I agree, Toxic. She done some kind of planning that evening. I don't think it was thought out very well, though. I mean, crap, he was barely buried. The dog dug him up, which is sad. Okay, now let's talk about, let me get my Samuel Little stuff pulled up. Well, he's finally he's going to have to face the music for all the women that he murdered because he passed away. Don't know why he passed away, but he passed away. Now, he confessed to murdering like 90 women. Did I write down anything down about him? No, I just got a bunch of notes on Susan. Let me get his stuff pulled up here. I think they did. I don't know if they proved he killed all 90, but they did prove he killed some. He actually sketched some of his victims from memory. Gave to the police so they could try to identify some of them. And he preyed on women that worked in the sex industry that was down on their luck and stuff. He would get them into his vehicle, and he used to be a boxer, so he would knock them out. Then, I guess, rape and murder them. He would strangle them after that. Let me get this pulled up. Okay. Now, 411 Now has done a lot of videos on Samuel Little. Okay. Gosh, maybe I was ads. There he is. Samuel Little, who died Wednesday, listens to opening statements at his 2014 trial in Los Angeles. Oh, that's when the picture was taken. Samuel Little, believed to be the most prolific serial killer in American history, has died at age 80. the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation said Wednesday. Samuel had been serving 3 consecutive life sentences without parole for the deaths of 3 women that occurred in the late 1980s. I hate when that crap moves on me. However, he had confessed to 93 other murders, according to the FBI, which said his admissions were credible. His gruesome trail of murders was disclosed in a report issued in November 2018 by the FBI. The agency said that his name popped up in their Violent Crime Apprehension Program, known as VICAP, VICAP maybe, in connection with a series of unsolved murders across the country. One killing in Odessa, Texas, appeared to be particularly relevant. So 2 FBI crime analysts and James Holland of the Texas Rangers went out to see Samuel Little to try to get him to talk. Over the course of the interview in May, he went through city and state and gave Ranger Holland the number of people he killed in each place. Jackson, Mississippi, 1, Cincinnati, Ohio, 1 person, Phoenix, Arizona, he killed 3 people. Las Vegas, he killed 1. Samuel targeted marginalized and vulnerable women who were often involved in prostitution or addicted to drugs. So the FBI analyst who spoke to Little said he remembered great details from each one of the killings. The FBI said in October 2019 that law enforcement had been able to verify 50 confessions, with many more pending final confirmation. In September 2012, Samuel was arrested at a Kentucky homeless shelter and extradited to California, where he was wanted on narcotic charges. Once he was in custody, Los Angeles Police Department detectives obtained a DNA match to Little on the victims in 3 unsolved homicides from 1987 and 1989 and charged him with 3 counts of murder. The victims, all women, had been beaten, then strangled, and their bodies were dumped in an alley or a dumpster or a garage. It says garage. I thought it was going to say garbage. He pleaded his innocence but was convicted in 2014. On Wednesday, the California Department of Corrections said Samuel Little was pronounced dead at 4:53 a.m. at an unnamed outside hospital, adding the cause of death would be determined by the LA County Coroner or Medical Examiner's Office. He killed that many people, and each one of the murders he remembered in great detail. Wow. Hey, he's going to get his karma. That's for sure. Let me get back over here. Demons among us. Right now in the United States, there's at least 50 active serial killers. Colleen says, holy moly, evil much? He was extremely evil. I hate to say it, but probably right about now, the devil's sticking a pitchfork in his butt. For real. I mean, of course, he could have asked for forgiveness, but hey, you just can't ask for forgiveness without meaning it. You got to really mean it in your heart to get forgiveness. The news media said 93, but you hear his interviews, he says 89. Yeah. I believe it. He's probably killed even more than that. I think probably if he killed more than that, he would admit it. He was very proud of it. I mean, he sketched, I couldn't tell you how many victims he sketched out for the police. And he remembered his victims in great detail. All the sketches looked like those women. It was crazy. But I reckon he was some kind of like amateur boxer. And he would get these women into his vehicle. He'd punch them one time, knock them out, beat them, rape them, then strangle them. And he was only charged for 3. Yeah. I think at first they thought, like, hey, he's full of crap. And then they proved, that he murdered most of them. Okay. Just think, guys. We could be living next to a serial killer and never know it. Most serial killers appear to be pretty normal. Like everybody thought Ted Bundy, he was just the most charming, nice man. But really, he was a monster. He even worked for the Republican Party or something like that, campaigning for someone. I think he actually worked at a suicide prevention hotline, or it was domestic violence, something like that also. Hey, Southern Mom. Happy New Year's Eve. Anyway, his heart probably gave out on him or something. When they give a cause of death, I will let you guys know. I'm sure 411 now will be doing a video on this because he's done a lot on Samuel Little. I think Samuel Little also went by the alias Samuel McDowell, something like that. Hey, faithful one. Good morning. Happy New Year's Eve. Okay. Now I want to tell y'all about stupid Casey Anthony. Do y'all know what this weirdo has went and done? Let me tell you what she's went and done. She has opened up her own private investigating crap. Really, lady? Nobody's going to hire you to investigate crap for them. You freaking child murderer. Can y'all believe that? It's a bunch of crap. Let me get this pulled up. She filed for a license back in early December, mid-December. She's a joke. She killed that little girl as sure as I'm sitting here. Let me get this pulled up by the Sun Centennial. If I can get some of their damn ads down so I can see it. Okay. Casey Anthony filed paperwork this month to start a private investigating company in West Palm Beach. State Business Records show. Anthony is listed as the registered agent of Case Research and Consulting Services, LLC, which filed its first documents December 14th. With an effective date of January 1st. The Daily Mail first reported the development Wednesday afternoon. You little bitch. Nobody's going to freaking hire your weirdo ass. Crap. Hey, I don't want to sign up. I was trying to read this crap. Okay. The business is registered to a home owned by Patrick McKenna, according to county property records. McKenna was the lead investigator of Casey Anthony's defense team during her 2011 trial on allegations of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee, in 2008. Hey, she killed her daughter in 2008. I don't know how she killed her, but I think that she used to drug Kaylee with Xanaxes. That's how she came up with this Zanny the nanny, because Xanaxes was really the nanny. I think she drugged her, taped her mouth up. Kaylee died. Casey didn't want to be a mother. She's really jealous of Kaylee, I think, because her parents was just so crazy about Kaylee. I think she's jealous of her. Casey just wanted to go whore around, party, and get drunk, and she didn't want Kaylee. Poor little girl. Why didn't she just give her to her parents to raise if she didn't want to do it? Be safe, Southern Mom. She is cray-cray, Melanie. She's crazy as a loon. Hey, if I ever ran into her in public, if I was down in Florida, I'd kick her ass. I would. I would kick her ass. I'd just have to go to jail for assault and battery. I'm surprised nobody's not attacked her when she's been out in public. It'd be hard not to. I think she overdosed her. She overdosed her, and probably, Melanie, she had her mouth taped up. She probably drowned on her own vomit. Somebody had researched how to make chloroform, and they used that Firefox search engine, and that's what Casey always used to search with on the internet. It really destroyed that family. A little girl lost her life, and that family was destroyed. Didn't it come out that George Anthony was having an affair? He started having an affair with the lady that was there helping search for Kaylee with the, search team and stuff. The volunteers is what I mean. If she gave her to parents, she wouldn't get money from them. Yeah. Didn't y'all think that George Anthony's suicide note, remember when he went up to Daytona, rented a room and tried to overdose himself? I thought his suicide note was weird to me. Maybe he just felt guilt over it, like he didn't do more. Because of the fact that she hated her parents and Kaylee was the way she controlled them. Yeah. I think that's weird how she calls her dad Papa. I mean, maybe people used to say that. I don't know. But I just thought it was weird. I don't think that her dad molested her, though. I really don't. I think they just said that to make the jury feel sorry for her. I cannot believe they acquitted her. But he put reasonable doubt in their minds. A lot, I think they were trying to say, and other people have said it too, that Kaylee drowned in the swimming pool and George helped cover it up, because he used to be a cop. I don't believe that. He would have called 911. They loved that little girl. They would have never tried to have covered something like that up. I don't believe it. Someone that was familiar with that area put Kaylee's body there. And that person was Casey Anthony. And I think she actually had little Kaylee's body in the trunk of her car for a while. Because I think cadaver dogs hit on the trunk of the car, made a hit, and it smelled like death. Smelled like a dead body was in there. Didn't they even find traces of chloroform or something back there too? I don't know, Cheryl. Like Cheryl T, I don't know, just when Casey Anthony called him Papa, it just sounded weird. Just the way that she said it is why I think, that it's weird. It's just like, I don't know. It was just weird the way she said it in one of those jail visits with them. She used the baby as leverage to get what she wanted from her parents, in my opinion. Yeah, I believe that too. Hey, she had lied to her parents and told them that she had like a job, like at Disney World or something. I think she even lied and told the cops that. Of course, they went and checked. Hey, she had never had a job there. She had also, had she stole her friend's check or credit card? Something like that. She was convicted of that, I know. I used to think that her and Jose Baez had something going on during that trial. I've always suspected that. It wouldn't surprise me a bit. Hey, Casey Anthony is in the same category as Jodi Arias in my mind, my opinion. She lied the whole way, blew my mind, stole, was it, okay, it was credit cards. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was a check, some checks, or a credit card. Look, her daughter was dead. She had dumped her off in the woods, and she was out partying and living it up. Oh, was it Universal Studios? Okay, so it wasn't Disney World. It was Universal Studios. She told them several different stories, come up with this Zanny the nanny. And then one of her friends spoke out in an interview. It was a guy friend. And he said that's what they called Xanaxes, Zannies. So I think that's how she came up with Zanny the nanny. What a freaking name. Oh, yeah, she's just like Boswell. Yeah, Megan Boswell. I think so too, CC. Yeah, she was drugging that little girl. Now, somebody searched how to make chloroform. How to make chloroform. Normal people don't search stuff like that unless you're researching true crime or something. And somebody actually tried to delete some things on the computer, I believe. Y'all remember when all those people was gathered outside the Anthony home and they was shouting like, "Where's Kaylee at?" And George and this other guy about got into it. What's what's the wife's name? Cindy. My mind went blank. I think Cindy got between them. Now, I think it was last year or the year before, the ID had a special on where they was talking to the Anthony's, and they actually walked down to the place that Kaylee's body was at and cleaned up all the garbage and took down all the memorials and stuff. Didn't Casey steal money from her grandmother? She probably did. She probably did. I'll never know how that murder got off. Well, I think it had a lot to do with they couldn't determine how Kaylee died. Her little body had been out there so long, and I believe it had actually been underwater. I think it had flooded there. Hey, Lisa, good morning. Happy New Year, Stacy. Be safe. Oh, I read the books, and the detective couldn't figure out how she got a hold of acetone to make chloroform. Well, acetone, don't they sell that? Ain't that like nail polish remover? You can get pure acetone, I know. Pretty sure. Have a good day, Stacy. Um, hey, David. Happy New Year's Eve. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, I was going to tell y'all about this body that was found. This man's body that was found in 2 suitcases. So that means he was freaking dismembered. He's not been identified yet, I don't think. Just found on a Denver street, laying in the snow. Let me get pulled up. And so I'm going to screen share this with you guys. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell y'all, those 2 missing toddlers from Connecticut, their mom took them. They found them safe in Florida, by the way. Thank God. On parental abductions, I don't get as worried about them harming the kids as much as these other cases. Okay, so here are the 2 suitcases. There's the cops standing around. Man's body found in 2 suitcases on snowy Denver sidewalk. Denver police are investigating the death of a man whose body was found inside 2 suitcases on a sidewalk in southwest Marley neighborhood. Public Works employees found the suitcase while plowing sidewalks at about 7:15 a.m. Tuesday, Lieutenant Matt Clark said at a news conference. The medical examiner said the victim was an adult white male, but has not determined his identity or how he died. The death was recent, adding that he couldn't be more specific. Denver police said they were unaware of any missing persons report that matched with the remains found, and Clark said detectives were looking at surveillance footage from homes in the neighborhood and looking at missing persons reports outside the city. Neighbors who spoke with Denver 7 said police told them there were human remains in the suitcases and were going door to door asking if anyone saw anything. The death is being investigated as a homicide, but the office of the medical examiner would make a final determination on that. It's a potential that this press briefing might spark the call that we're waiting for, he said, according to the Denver Post. Wow. Can you believe that? Either in the freaking... I wonder who did this. Probably their partner, if the truth's known. It's crazy how anyone could murder someone, I don't know, but cut up a body? I mean, you got to be psycho. I grew up with a boy that used to stay at our house. He was my brother's friend. And he pushed his girlfriend off a porch and broke her neck. They were arguing over drugs, and he dismembered her body and tried to burn her. His sister walked up on him at the bonfire. She went and told her dad, who was a preacher, and his dad went and turned him in. They arrested him. He escaped from the jail, but he was later caught not too long after he escaped. True story. His name is Michael Dotson. Yep, he never was right in the head. See, his aunt, he was from a different county, but his aunt was married to one of my uncles and lived down the road from us, and he would come during the summers and stay with her. So he would come up to the house and play with my brother. Yeah, he never was right. He used to abuse his aunt's poodle and everything. I didn't hang out with him because I thought he was weird. And my brother would tell me some of the things that he would try to do to his Aunt Jean's poodle. Yeah, true story. This happened probably 15 years ago. Here's the thing. I tried to pull up stuff on his case, and all I can find is where he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. That's all I can find. I can't find no news articles about it, and this was all over the news in my area. It's probably been a little bit longer than 15 years. Probably been about 17 or 18. Did anyone hear about the mother that abandoned her 3-year-old and his dog? Yes, I did. Yes, Can you believe she abandoned her child and his dog in a cemetery? That little boy's at his aunt's and uncle's house now. The police, they actually gathered up a bunch of presents and brought to him. I saw it on the news this morning. Yeah, she needs to be took out and beat with the damn cane pole, Cheryl T. They need to tie her up at a cemetery in the cold and leave her ass there. That's what they should do to her. Why would she do that? She was trying to kill him. That's why she did it. Anybody in their right mind knows you leave a kid out in the cold, they're going to die of hypothermia. Can you imagine? I wonder if she looked through her rear view mirror when she was driving away at that little poor boy standing there with his dog. Hey, Will. Did you hear? Samuel Little died. I'm sure you did. I don't know if I said hi to you the other day. I had it in my mind. And then I was like, I don't know if I did or not. And then I felt really bad about it after my live stream and I got to thinking about it. So I left you a comment and said sorry. Happy New Year's Eve, by the way. I hope you do a video on Samuel and you can find out what caused him to die. They got to do an autopsy on him, but I know you'll have some good details. Your videos are very well detailed. Oh, yeah, guys. Will reminded me because the Chris Watts case, he's covered a lot of, so much about it. I was watching a live stream with that crazy Kim on it, advocating for Chris Watts. Kim from that channel, Chris Watts, Revelations in the Reckoning, some dumb shit like that. Do y'all know? She sounds so stupid. She's over there trying to, say he's a people pleaser. And that's it, I don't know. That's an excuse. It was sickening. I even put that in the chat. I usually don't say smart, mean things. But it is. I put, it's disgusting to listen to somebody make excuses and advocate for a family annihilator. That's the way I put it. Is it Alyssa's birthday today? Happy birthday, Alyssa. It's just sickening. She makes excuses like he's a people pleaser, so that's why he gave that second confession when they come and visit him, when the investigators came and visited him at the prison. Are you kidding me, lady? Are you freaking dumb? You don't have no common sense. That weirdo killed his little girl. Well, he killed his pregnant wife. Then he killed his little girls and stuffed them into oil tanks, battery tanks, whatever you want to call them. Now, if he didn't kill his little girls, why did he put them in oil tanks? If, Shanann killed the girls, why didn't he call 911? He didn't call 911 because he killed them. Shanann didn't kill those kids. Nobody will ever convince me of that. She needs to quit lying on Shanann. Victim bashing. That is victim bashing. Blaming a murder victim. She should be ashamed of herself, really. Over profiting off of lies. Tarnishing this lady's memory. Y'all know what I mean. I get mad. I can't talk. I can't put my words together. She's a freaking nut, toxic. She's a nut. I like to jump through the screen and just freaking grab a hold of her and shake the shit out of her. She ain't doing him no favors. She got his email privileges took from him. I think he might have got even put in a hole for it. I think he got his email privileges back. I saw Armchair Detective said Chris Watts emailed him. Yeah, I saw that live stream too. And Cindy Watts and Ronnie Watts was allegedly in the chat. Do I think that was really them? Nope. I'm not even sure if he got that email. I shouldn't say that, but I don't know. I'm just suspicious. Anyways, I don't know why anyone would care what they have to say. Do I think people should harass Cindy and Ronnie Watts? No, of course not. They shouldn't be messaging them, threatening them, and harassing them. Absolutely not. And, but the reason nobody likes Cindy Watts is because of the things she came out and said about Shanann in that first, interview she gave. After Chris had took the plea deal and all that. I mean, she was saying not so nice things about Shanann. That's why people don't like her. It showed she had no class in that interview doing that. Hey, that was your daughter-in-law. That was your granddaughters, your son murdered. They want to put all the blame on Shanann. Somebody said last night in the chat, well, if Chris Watts just tells people what they want to hear, how do you know he's not doing you that way? Look, when she was up on panel with other people asking her questions, she wasn't so quick to answer. She was beating around the bush and she was stumbling. I'm not a debater either, but I could do better than that crap. I mean, she makes him look like what's that word? An invalid? I mean, really? I mean, we all know he's stupid. We all know, but she makes him look even more stupid. Look, the man has no freaking gumption at all. People pleaser. Why couldn't he please his wife and his two little precious girls? Exactly. Still laughing at him getting caught leaving stuff with his wee buddy. Oh, yeah. Giving his prison buddy underwear and Vaseline and all that. I actually, I hate Chris Watts. I actually think that's innocent. A lot of prisoners trade commissary or will let, someone else borrow commissary or give it to them. That happens a lot. Doesn't matter what Shanann may have done, still doesn't condone him killing her and his kids. Absolutely. I agree 100%. I would just love to know what Will thinks about this channel and all this. Look, Chris Watts, I've been watching this guy called Pre-Law Dropout. Chris Watts is never getting out of prison. That 35C crap he's trying to do is not going to work. And Kim's ruining that for him anyways, even if there was a chance it would work. Uh-oh. Ladybug opened my door out. Excuse me. Lady's so smart. She can about open any door. Kim turns off her comments. What's the point of having a podcast if you turn off your comments? I won't watch her. Well, and like a lot of it, the information she says she's going to release, you got to pay for. Like you got to be a member or join her Patreon, crap like that. That's a bunch of bull crap. You aren't allowed to share commentary or personal. No, that's against the prison rules. Now, at our county jail, that's fine to do. If you want to give someone some coffee or someone's just came in and they don't have any shampoo, hygiene products, it's okay to share. But, prison's different. Hate talking about it, but he couldn't please his wife because he can't find happiness within himself. It's impossible to be happy when you only want to hate yourself. Exactly. Hey, Chris Watts, he's so much like his mother. It's crazy, really. It just really, really pisses me off to hear people blame Shanann for killing the girls and advocating for this son of a bitch. It's like them accusing Shanann of killing the girls is a slap in the face to those two precious little girls. That's my opinion. I hate talking about it either. I about forgot I was even listening to that live stream last night. I was also enjoying Exotic's live stream, running my mouth. Cindy Watts don't care. Her grandbabies were murdered. It's like, I, I don't know if I'd say they don't care, but it almost comes across that way. Like, I get what you're saying totally. It's all about Chris. Chris was treated unfairly. Hey, look, when you take a plea deal, they ask you, the freaking judge asks you, are you taking this plea deal on your own free will? Is anybody pressuring you, coercing you to do this? They ask you straight up. He took that plea deal because he thought he might get the death penalty. He didn't want everything coming out at trial, even though it came out anyways. Everybody knows it anyways. You know, that weirdo was worried about, the men going to be talking about him after the girls were, discovered in the oil tank. He's worried about that. What people was going to say about him. We think you're a piece of crap, Chris Watts. You ain't worth airing a damn jug. I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. For real. Okay. Let me get off that because I'll just go on and on and on. We got a little update about the missing boys from California. Orrin and Orson. Let me get to it. Someone knows up to $10,000 reward offered for missing boys who reportedly vanished from backyard at the same time. Well, they are checking the surveillance footage from the neighbors' security cameras, doorbell cams, all that stuff. I bet you they don't find no sight of those boys on that camera. Telling you, that man was standing, Trezell West, the adopted father, was standing the same exact way as Chris Watts, arms crossed, holding himself. I heard a body language expert say that's a sign of being nervous and you're trying to comfort yourself. That's what they said about Chris Watts. Okay, it says, as police continue to search for the two missing California boys, a reward is being offered for information that will lead to their whereabouts. 23 ABC reports that a California city cannabis dispensary called Greenstone will pay up to $10,000 to the person or persons who provide information leading to the finding of Orrin and Orson, marking the first reward offered in the case. Orson and Orrin West, ages 3 and 4, were last seen on December 21st at a home in the 10,700 block of Aspen Avenue in California City at around 5:45 p.m. The boys' adopted father, Trezell West, said the children were in the backyard playing when he stepped out briefly to open a gate and gather wood. The boys' adopted mother, Jacqueline West, said she was inside wrapping presents. And she's the one that suggested, allegedly, for these boys to go outside and play. Why didn't she make the other 4 kids? Why didn't she suggest they did? Why just these 2? If those kids were in that backyard, the dogs would have picked up on their scent. Dogs are rarely ever wrong, their nose. Trezell West explained that he accidentally left the gate open after gathering wood. And this is what he said. I opened up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She's actually wrapping gifts. So I thought it was a good idea that our youngest 2 go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. I realized that I left the back gate open. I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street in both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold. Numerous agencies, including the FBI, have been working nonstop in an effort to find the boys. Volunteer groups have searched throughout the neighborhood, and the surrounding desert. Our hearts and prayers go out to these babies. Greenstone Dispensary owners Rick and Amanda Jones told 23 ABC. We hope offering a reward for information will help. I actually hope more businesses contribute to this reward. I don't think that, I hate to say this, guys. I don't think those kids wandered off and got lost. They would have found them. The dogs would have tracked them. I think they've been gone for several months. And like I said earlier, Christmas was coming. People were going to be coming, probably wanting to see them, bring them gifts. So they had no choice but to report them missing. They've been digging up the backyard. They've been using jackhammers to break through concrete. They've not found nothing in the backyard. I'd say they dumped the bodies somewhere else. I hope I'm wrong. I hope and pray that they find them. I've prayed that they find them safe and that I'm wrong, but I just got a feeling that I'm not far off on what happened. Of course, I could be wrong. I can't comment on whether I think they're alive or not. I do suspect foul play, Chief Walker said. But we have not been able to put together how the boys got out of the yard or where they've gone. Someone knows, and I would hope that person would come forward. Oh, yeah, there's two people that know, and that's the West couple. Ryan Dean, the boy's biological mother, also stepped in to help with the search. Dean of Bakersfield said she had plans to regain custody of her children at some point, but it's unclear why they were removed from her care. That's irrelevant right now. What's relevant is that they're missing, and these two adoptive parents are hiding something. Yes, I am curious to why they were put into foster care. I am, of course, but this is not even relevant right now. It's irrelevant. Okay, so Ryan Dean said, they did something. I feel like they did something and they know something. They did something. I feel like my kids are somewhere around here. I can feel it. And I feel like they are in the house. And I feel like they did something. They could have hid them under the floorboards or anything. Who knows? The West couple reportedly said they understood Ryan Dean's concerns, but have no idea where the children could be. Let's see what Trezell West said about it. He said, that's understandable, referring to Ryan Dean's statement. I would think the same thing. That's exactly the point. And if we could find our babies, that's all I want, is to find our babies. Now, I heard that when they adopted these two little boys in 2019, that they actually changed these little boys' first names. If that's true, I think that's weird as hell. Okay. On December 29th, authorities executed a search warrant at the West's home. Local reporters saw police carrying out several large bags. The California City PD said no one has been ruled out as a suspect in the boys' disappearance at this time. You know good and well that those two adoptive parents are suspects. You know they are. Anyone with information on this case should contact the California City PD at 760-373-8606. Now, let me get back to my chat here. Hold on one second, guys. I hear a dog whimpering. I bet Smokey wants to go out. Oh, I need to give y'all an update about my dog. Bubba, what is it? You want to go out? Okay, I'll have to listen for him to come back in. They've been taking stuff from the house for the last 2 days. Yeah. They found something. Normally, when kids first go missing, they don't automatically start digging up the backyard. They got something. They got something that led them to believe them kids might be in that backyard. I mean, I've covered a lot of missing cases, followed them, kids' cases, and I've never seen them automatically start digging up the backyard. Of course, I'm not an expert. Maybe they have. I've never seen one like a case like that. They did something for sure. The neighbor said the boys were never seen, but seen on CCTV. Well, the family moved there in September, and the neighbors hadn't seen the boys since they moved in. Then I read somewhere else that the neighbors never seen the kids at all, not even when they moved in. So I don't know which one of those is correct. There were 6 kids in the home. Yeah, there was the 2 adopted little brothers. Then there was 2 more adopted kids, and then 2 biological kids. The other 4 kids have been took and put into protective custody. Now, the police chief said that was standard procedure. I don't think that is. Of course, I'm not an expert, but there's been other cases where one kid's gone from the home and they didn't automatically take the other kids from the home. They've got something on these 2, I'm telling you. They also seized the family van. And why was he out gathering wood for? If people with fireplaces usually keep like stacks of wood and then go out there and bust them some up. They only lived there 3 months. Neighbors said they never saw the boys. So yesterday it reported that the neighbors hadn't seen the boys since they moved in September. But I think that's wrong. I think that the neighbors never saw them. Hold on, let me let Smokey back in and I'll give y'all an update on him. Okay. So, Smokey my little schnauzer went to the vet yesterday morning. Hey, Vicky. Guess what? They can't find anything wrong with him. They did blood work. The only thing that he has wrong with him, which he is 13, he's got some bad teeth that he's going to have removed on the 14th. They gave him 2 types of antibiotics, and they gave him a chewable seizure pill. It's liver flavored. They got some hair out of his ears. Mark don't ask questions like me. Like, I want a freaking explanation to why my dog flopped out in the floor in front of me. Not once, but twice. Once we found him in front of the washer. We didn't see the seizure happen, but we found him laying in his own urine. The other night, he flopped out right in front of me. His legs he come in. All of a sudden, he was in front of the entertainment center. He turned around to come back, and he flopped out. His legs went straight out, stiff as a board, and was jerking. I want to know what the hell's wrong with my dog. $170, and I didn't get no answer, says he's got some bad damn teeth. Mark is not going back to the vet by himself anymore. I put the fire to their feet. I ask questions straight out, and I want straight out answers. Melanie says apparently Trezell was collecting the wood from an adjacent forest. Yeah, what do he want this wood for? They got a fireplace or something? Why is he not responsible? Why don't he have no wood stacked up outside? He has to go pick it up off the ground? It's freaking weird. I mean, I've done that too when you're building like a little bonfire or something, but something's not right with that. If them little boys wandered off, they would have been found. They would have already been found. Yeah, exactly, Cheryl T. Yeah, it is procedure to remove children when foul play is suspected. Yeah, well, they suspect the parents is what it is. No, he has not lost weight. What's weird about him, Smokey drinks water constantly. Has to go out and urinate constantly. We told him about that. Uh, he actually showed him the little puffy knots Smokey's got on him. They feel like they got fluid in him. They said, oh, it's nothing to worry about. Um, said he was probably walking weird to me because his bones probably hurt him. He's old. And these are not the answers I freaking wanted. I want to know why my damn dog had a seizure. Give me a freaking explanation. Got to head out 10 a.m. Pacific time. We'll have my latest video of Samuel Little passing. Happy New Year's, everyone. Stay safe out there. Remember, if you party tonight, get a designated driver or Uber or Lyft. Be safe, Will. Everybody check out Will's latest video when he puts it up of Samuel Little. Have a good New Year's Eve, Will. Be safe. Appreciate your support. I can't wait to see that video. Hey, Smokey's still got a good appetite, Vicky. He eats like a little horse. I don't know what's wrong with him, guys. Maybe the infection in his teeth. Maybe it made him sick and he had a seizure. I don't know. But I didn't get the answers I wanted. I want to know why. Mark says I'm too rough on the bets. That's why he don't want me to go. Because I ask questions. Hey, if you don't ask questions, you're never going to know. Took Smokey to the vet back in May, $500 at the vet right out from my house. They said he was healthy. Nothing was wrong with him. After that vet visit, not long after that, it's when those knots popped up on him. They're kind of mushy. Anyways, he goes back on the 14th, and I'm going to go with him. He's going to have his dental work done. We got to drop him off, pick him back up that evening, but I want to go in and talk to that doctor. And I have dental work done the 13th, the day before Smokey. This vet is a lot cheaper, and they're really nice down there. He's like a hippie. A lot cheaper, but like, I want some freaking answers. Oops, I almost forgot to send my support before I left. My bad. Show the love, everyone. Click that. Oh, thank you, Will. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Be safe. You didn't have to do that. Ah. I hear Smokey crying for me right now. I have totally messed up my chat. I have clicked on it. And I've got the whole chat like highlighted. Like I'm trying to copy and paste it. Ah, there we go. Diabetes or kidneys, UTI. Hey, that's what I was thinking too. They did blood work. They said that like he was healthy, like his heart and everything was healthy. Hold on a minute, guys. Bubby. What is it, sweetheart? Come on in. Quit, lady. Stop that. I swear, lady is so hateful. I'm going to have to get off here. I'm afraid she'll get into it with Smokey. She's scared to death another dog I might love on another dog, guys. They can test for other things like diabetes that will cause seizures. Hey, I was convinced he had organ failure. Because most time, epilepsy, if a dog has epilepsy like a schnauzer, it will first show signs when they're 6 months to 3 years old. He's 13. So, like, He's just not going to have seizures for no reason, just all of a sudden. They asked Mark how many seizures he had had. We said 2 as we know of. He did say that it probably was a seizure when we found him laying in his urine. Like, I've been worried to death about my dog. Like, our dogs are treated just like my son's treated. You know, I mean, they're treated like they're humans. That's why my Beagle is so spoiled and whines to get everything she wants. Because she's always been treated like a human, basically. She doesn't know she's a dog, I'm telling you. The other dogs, I think they know their dogs. Skylar thinks she's an empress. She thinks she's a goddess. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here. I may actually do a live stream tonight, New Year's Eve. I don't know if I, like, be on late, but I'm thinking about doing one around like 8 or 9 o'clock for, about an hour and just sitting around and chatting. And then, of course, Saturday night, I've got a member stream set up. Is he given Advantage or other heartworm medication? Yes. Yes, Mountie. He is once a month chewable. But I haven't gave it to him. I actually forgot to give it to him. So I need to do that. Or should I not? They said that smells can trigger dog seizures, stress, things like that. So I told Mark we've got to be as quiet as we can around here. Smokey doesn't need any stress. He doesn't need any loud noises, anything like that. Oh, that's how my bear is. No other loving up on others. A lady will bite you over me. She'll bite a dog over me. If you tried to hurt me in front of her, she would bite you. She's right up my butt at all times. And actually, I've had Skylar longer than Lady. Skylar's actually about 6 or 7 months older than Lady. If it makes you feel any better, my elderly puppy has those knots, and they were tested as fat. That's what the vet said, Cheryl. Fatty tumors, which is nothing they can do about, and they don't harm the dog. Now, I heard that you should be worried when those tumors are hard and they won't move. They say it, if they're mushy, they're probably not, cancerous. Well, I never thought that I would be a CNA nurse to 2 senior dogs, but here I am. Now I got 2 dogs I have to give medicine to twice a day, which is fine. I love taking care of my babies. I'd do anything for them. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here, get some things done. I've got some laundry to catch up on. Loving my new washing machine. Oh, yeah. And if y'all have not checked out my other channel, Sunny's Funny Farm, anybody watching the replay, do that. I just put up a funny video this morning of Skylar saying that I'm an asshole and I can't cook. I love doing those little TikTok videos where the dogs are talking. Anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for the support. More than likely, I will see y'all this evening sometime. I'm going to get off here and get some things done and get all beautified up and ring in the new year. Anyways, be safe, be kind, and peace. Guys, please don't drink and drive tonight. If you're out driving around, please be safe. Be aware of your surroundings because there'll be a lot of people that's partying tonight and people will be out on the road drinking and driving. So everyone, please, please be safe.